on it, you'll keep going down.
What's up, baby? There's nothing to hold on to, and there's someone to pull you out.
You keep on falling, no one can hear you calling, so you end up self-destructing. On the corner with the toolie on the waistline, just got about the bingo and slave time. Teeth marks on my back from the K9. Dark memories of when there was no sunshine, 'cause they said that I wouldn't make it. I remember like yesterday.
Alright, gentlemen. Back with another motherfucking video. How you doing? How you doing? The Italian on a motherfucking mic. How you doing? Goodbye. Fugazi, pixie. Alright, gentlemen. Alright, we're gonna get into this video. This is gonna be how to spot liquidity for dummies. Okay? So, if you're having trouble finding liquidity, if you're having trouble understanding what liquidity is, I got you, bro. Don't worry about it. The Italian Stallions got you, alright? So don't you worry about it. It'll all be taken care of, and it will be explained fairly quickly and for dummies. So, hey, don't worry about it. Don't mind this little 1 to fucking 3 RR for the Friday and the week strong. You know, what can I say? Beautiful. But listen, I'm going to use this as an example of how I found liquidity, alright? We also had a 5-minute SMT, so that helps. I mean, this was a beautiful trade. Fucking came straight down. Check out this imbalance. Took out these imbalances in here within the 5-minute. So, whatever. But that's not what we're going over. We're going to go over liquidity, alright? So, you guys know, if you have been following me now, I like to start on the 4-hour, and I mark out New York Open at 9:30. So, after that, I'll mark out previous liquidities that I think could potentially be swept, and us take a trade off of it. So, for the 4-hour, I marked these lows, this sell side liquidity, and this sell side liquidity. Now, this is all before market open. For this buy side liquidity, I marked buy side liquidity up here and buy side liquidity down here. So now, after that, I'll go to the 1-hour. Now, I still had this 1-hour. Well, this was the 4-hour, but I also use it as the 1-hour buy side liquidity. I could have used this, but we were already past this before market open. So I went to the next previous high, which is up here, and then I went to this, which is up here. So I want to show you guys, you can't purely just take a trade just based off of one buy side liquidity getting swept. It has to, you have to have some confluence to go with it, okay? So I had one, we swept it. Now what do I want to do? Well, I can't just take a trade off of that. I mean, I can't just take a trade off of fucking buy side liquidity or sell side liquidity. That's not how it works, okay? It's a great confluence to tell you, though, if buy side gets swept, what do we usually want to do? We want to come back down to take out sell side. We want to take out all that generated sell side liquidity. And that's the same for sell side liquidity. We want to come up, take out all that buy side liquidity. Okay? So once that happens, I like to go down to a lower time frame. Now you can see both of these buy side liquidities got swept. And all this buy side liquidity is just a fucking strong wick pretty much, where a whole bunch of orders had to get fulfilled. Okay? That's all liquidity. I mean, this is fucking liquidity. Let's do a little liquidity dump. There's liquidity. What happened? Oh, it got swept. What happened to market? It dumped. You know? This is sell side liquidity. So let's find another one real quick before I explain more of what I am going to continue talking about. Little Madonna action? Let's fucking run it, boys. So what do we see here? Liquidity right here. This is buy side liquidity. What happens? Nothing, nothing, nothing. Oh my god, we fucking wicked right into it. What happens? Market dumps. Same shit with this. This is liquidity here. Wicked into it, dumped. 2 liquidities. Boom. Let's try and find some sell side liquidity now. Alright, so down here, we're going to use this. I don't know any of this shit, just so you guys know. Like, I don't know. This is not... Like, I don't know if this is going to get swept or not. So let's just find out. This is sell side liquidity all the way down here. Let's see if it ever gets swept. Okay, yeah, no. Like I just said. Gotta find a good one, though. Okay, we can use this right here. Alright, so we're using this sell side liquidity. What happens? It gets swept. What does market naturally like to do? It is now going to continue to go up to take out this liquidity up here. Once this liquidity gets swept, what happens? End up coming back down. Now, we didn't come straight back down after this liquidity got swept up here. We kind of accumulated up there for a minute. Accumulated, and then we ended up coming back down to take out all this generated sell side, which I still think we're above. Okay, look, this came all the way down to take out all of this sell side. So this can be used as sell side liquidity as well. Sell side came down, swept it, continued back up. So you guys kind of get the gist, right? Yeah. I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on. Fucking mint. All right, back into the video. Let me delete all this. Holy fuck. Okay, there's a lot of. Too much lines. Too much lines. I don't like those kind of lines. Okay, back to the main fucking reason I'm doing this video. So, as you can see, I marked out buy side, buy side. Come down to the 15-minute, what happens? Okay, the first buy side liquidity got swept. We broke straight through it. I'm deleting that line now. There's no reason for me to have that line. Why? Because we are seeking the next buy side liquidity, okay? When you guys are about to take a trade, I want you guys to ask yourself, are we seeking or are we reacting? Are we seeking a zone? Are we seeking a liquidity? Are we reacting off liquidity or are we reacting off of a zone? That's the shit you have to ask yourself, okay? It's all probabilities. It's a numbers game. This shit is a numbers game, and it's all probabilities, and you want every fucking probability on your side. Just like if you were to pick a play in a fucking sports, okay? If I'm picking a motherfucking quarterback to throw a whole bunch of yards, I'm going to look at who he's playing, how are their DBs, how's their defensive backs, how's the safeties, how often does this quarterback throw on this team. I'm putting all the probabilities on my side to potentially win that bet, okay? You understand? So, after that, this is the most recent, this is the highest buy-side liquidity that I think we were going to target. We were seeking it, and then I would take a trade off of it. So, after we got that, I now coming down to the 5-minute. I want to see some 5-minute structure. I'd like to see a 5-minute pullback. We swept it, had a little pullback, came back up, created a 5-minute SMT, came back down, broke that structure. I never took a trade off that because there was no imbalances to target to potentially enter a trade, right? So I waited, we came back up a little more, had a huge 5-minute engulfing candle to the downside, bearish engulfing candle, and we created a little bearish fair value gap right in there. Now, this is still over liquidity, but I'm just showing you this is how liquidity should be used the correct way. Now look, we entered right into there. I entered, came down some more, came back up to retest that zone, and we just shit. Straight down, filling this 5-minute imbalance, this 5-minute imbalance, and this 5-minute imbalance. Okay, that's how you are supposed to use liquidity. Now, let's try and find another example of this. That's how you use liquidity. Buy-side liquidity was swept. Now what do we want to do? We naturally want to come back down to take out what? All of the generated sell-side liquidity, which is all these wicks. Sell-side liquidity, sell-side liquidity. This is little wicks here, little wicks here. That's all liquidity, okay? Let's go to the 4-hour. I'm going to delete the whole, I'm going to delete everything. See if we can find some examples here to show you guys how liquidity works. All right, right here. Boom, right out of the gate. 4-hour, bang. This is sell-side liquidity. It got swept. What does market do? Bang, shoots right back up. Okay? Fairly fucking simple, right? I mean, this shit ain't rocket science. Let's find another. I want to find some more structure here. All right, right here. Here's an example of it not doing exactly what you wanted it to do. But look, buy-side liquidity got swept. What do? We continue pushing. So what do you want to look for naturally? Okay, well, let's see if we can find any liquidity within here. Okay, there's liquidity up here. But we never quite touch that, do we? Let me go down into the 1-hour and see if there's any liquidity within the 1-hour that we could potentially target and use as a confluence of buy-side liquidity. Okay, well, we got these up here. Oh, look, we ended up wicking into it. Oh, wow. Buy-side liquidity was swept. How about that? What happened? Market shat. Market came straight down, okay, guys? That's the shit you have to watch for. That's the shit that's how you can see how the markets move. The market moves off of liquidity, the imbalances. I mean, that's pretty much how the fucking market moves, bro. Like, I mean, it's fairly fucking simple. Fairly simple. Let's find some more, eh? How about that? All right. Let's see. Ah, perfect. Look at this. When's this? All right. This is sell-side liquidity all the way down here. I also want to see, though. All right. So, sell side liquidity, look at that little tiny fucking wick into it. We swept out liquidity. We pretty much took out buyers who were down here. And what happened? The market fucking shot up. Okay, we came straight all the way back up. To then take out that, came down. Took out this liquidity. To then swept, came back up. Took out this high liquidity that we never took out there, which we took that out right there. There's also liquidity up here and up here that ends up getting swept. These look like they're equal highs. That's a strong. That got swept. The market came back down, and now it's just kind of in here. I mean, there's really nothing else. There's no reason to overcomplicate this. I'm not going to go. There's no reason for me to go into depth into this because this is all it is. Okay? And I feel like that's why other people who are like trying to put this shit out here are like trying to explain it as if it was like fucking scientific terms. Bro, it's this. If sell side gets swept, we're most likely going to target upside. If buy side liquidity gets swept, we're most likely going to target sell side. It's literally that fucking easy, okay? So I mean that's it. I'm not here to overcomplicate things. I'm not here to make shit seem harder than it is. It is that, okay? I already put out a fucking inverse fair value gap video and a fair value gap video. I'm literally going to give you guys the steps, everything you need to know, in literally the simplest fucking terms. That's it. That's how you use liquidity. Don't overcomplicate it, bro. Please, do not overcomplicate it. Look, liquidity gets swept. Up here, what does market do? We shit the fucking bed. Come straight back down. Bang, right back down. Liquidity was swept, came right back down. Now, this doesn't mean get liquidity happy. You don't need to have over 1,000 lines on your fucking chart, okay? There's no reason to have that many trend lines. I probably have max 6 when I'm trading. Okay, so, alright, you know what? Let's do this. Check this out. Wherever it lands. Closest 9:30 I get. Let me go to the 30-minute. Okay, 9:30, 9:30, 9:30. Let me get a trend line here. Horizontal line. 9:30, boom, okay. Let's see if we got a trade in here on Friday. This is, what date is this? September 24th, alright. Friday, September 20th, 2024. This is how I will find liquidity for this day. Where's the line? Alright, so like I said, I like to start on the 4-hour. And I like to mark out sell side and buy side. So we have equal highs up here, buy side. And we have this already before market open was swept. We have this for sell side. And we have this for sell side. Okay, after that, I go down to the 1-hour. And this is where you can start seeing more structure, more liquidity, and more shit makes sense. Okay, so after I have that marked, I'm now going to come in here and mark out the 1-hour buy side liquidities. So like right in here. So I'm not even going to have this many fucking trend lines. Like this is still too many for me. 1-hour up here. Okay, now I see the 1-hour structure gets taken right here, and then we come down and we take out all of these. Now, I usually go down to the 15-minute way before to see if I can find any more liquidity. Probably not. I already have a lot of lines on this trade. I have about 6 already. Alright, this is where you start to see more structure and shit starts to make more sense. So, don't forget, this is all buy-side liquidity that potentially wants to be targeted. Here's equal highs, strong confluence. We also have imbalance up here. Can be used as well. Alright, so let's come back into here. Now, after that's all marked out, let's come down to the 5-minute. This is where you'll start to see the setup occurring. Now, remember, there's really no more reason now to have any more liquidity lines, okay? We have fucking 8 of them. Let me zoom in some more. Okay, this is open, and now we're gonna see if we can get a fucking trade off of it. So, first thing we see, buy side liquidity was not swept. This was, the market dropped. We wanted to go long this day, alright? Boom, swept liquidity all the way down here. Right away, I delete all of these fucking lines once the very last liquidity gets swept, and I start seeing us having upside potential. This takes away from all of that distracting bullshit that you don't want. You don't need any of that shit. It just takes your mind off other stuff. The only trend line you need to worry about now is this one, because this is the last liquidity that got swept. Delete all the previous ones. You don't need them. Okay? It's irrelevant to what we're doing now. Now I like to go down to the 1 minute. This is where you'll find your entry. Okay? Now, I'm not going to go over the entries and stuff, but I'm just going to show you this is how you're supposed to use liquidity. This is how you need to be trading. Okay? Because everything else is bullshit, bro. And it's not bullshit, you know, everything works for anybody else, but I'm just saying this works for me. I'm sure it's going to work for you because it's fairly simple, and you're just putting a whole bunch of probabilities on your side to win a fucking trade. So, right here you see, you can honestly, you can go off of a fucking breaking structure off an up candle and a down candle, and an up candle. So honestly, you could have fucking counted this. I mean, here's a down candle, here's an up candle, that broke structure. I would have probably waited for stronger confirmation, like say up here. Okay, we broke structure to the upside. Now what? Now I can either have this as an entry. We never got into it though. Or I can have this and fair value gap as an entry. I'm probably going to go off of the first one that gets hit. So, bang. Say you enter right in there, put your stops right here, or put it at this low, this fair value gap, which is unlikely. I'm putting mine down here potentially. Give me some room. And I mean, you can put this if you wanted to, all the way up here to that buy side liquidity. That's 1 to 4.5. And look. I mean, obviously this, I mean, I'm not holding this long. That's outrageous. But I mean, you can even use this right here. These inbound, this buy side liquidity. So here's buy side here, and here is buy side, like up here. This is all buy side liquidity. All these fucking wicks in here are buy side liquidity. I would have probably just used it right here for a little 1 to 2 action. Put my stops like up here. Could have been a 1 to 4, light work, easy fucking trade. Okay. Sell side liquidity was swept. And what happens? We want to come up now. Okay. That's how you use liquidity, guys. Try to explain it as easy as I could and as effective as I could. All right. I hope you guys understood it. If not, let me know in the comments. I'll make a more thorough video for you boys. But other than that, though, I mean, dude, that's it. The fair value gaps, fairly simple. Inverse fair value gaps, fairly simple. Liquidity, super simple. Break the structure, I mean, if you guys don't know what fucking break the structure is, market structure shift, same thing. If that's easy as shit. If you guys don't know how to spot that, let me know in the comments. I'll do a video over that too. Really, I mean, if you guys are completely new to trading, okay, it makes sense. But if you've been trading now and you like kind of know what you're doing, bro, there's no reason why you are like a dumbass about trading. Well, guys, that's it for the video. Alright, so enjoy. Have a fucking good one, gentlemen, alright? Do something productive. It's Saturday. Be safe. It's the week before Halloween weekend of bullshit. Who fucking knows? Trick or treat, ding dong. Let me get my fucking Snickers, bitch. I don't know what you guys eat. I don't eat candy like that. Not anymore. Because I'm better than all that stuff. I'm better than you guys because I don't eat candy. I'm kidding. I like dark chocolate. That's what I like. I like dark chocolate. Oh, okay. Here's an example on ES. Because I used ES because, you know, like cross correlation with ES and NQ, blah, blah, blah. Had a 5-minute SMT on that as well, blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. Who gives a fuck? Now we're going over. But I'll go over SMTs too as well. But look, liquidity's up here. Let me move this up. Bang. What happens? Oh my god, it got swept. And then the market took a fucking dump. Bruh. It's that fucking simple. Open your eyes and you'll see. The eyes are blind if the mind cannot see. Okay? So first you gotta turn on your brain. And then you'll start to see how the market moves. And it shows you opportunities as it moves. Okay, guys? Alright? Real quick, if you guys are, going through a tough time right now, just want you to know I'm here for you. You're not alone. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Peace out, gentlemen. Have a fucking good one.